Peace, goddesses. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new, y'all. So this video right here was one of my most watched videos. Like before I started attracting more, subscribers, this video right here was probably my most relatable video that I posted. It might have even been my most vulnerable video. Like at one time, this video right here was the video that so many people commented on. So this is the update video, y'all. This is the update video of don't be afraid to quit and pursue your passions. I hate being a hairstylist and I want more out of life. So please go watch the first video. I'm gonna put it in the description box. I'm gonna put it, up here, up there, wherever, just so you can learn more about my background when it comes to being a hairstylist and why I decided to quit that business. I know some of y'all here like, oh, you a licensed cosmetologist, you could get out the projects, but I don't want to spend any more of my life working or doing anything that I just don't like doing, period. Yes, the money is great being a hairstylist, and that's why I was in it for as long as I was in it. But after a while, like, you get tired of living a life where you don't feel fulfilled and doing things that you're not passionate about. So let's get into how life has been for me, y'all, since I quit being a hairstylist. Because a lot of y'all who watched that video, y'all were saying like, I want to do the same thing, but I don't know what else I'm gonna do. So let's pick up where we left off. I had quit being a braider. But I was still working as a cosmetologist. I was actually working at this place called Sport Clips. It's like a franchise salon. Initially, I got that job first so I could fund being a braider. And I was doing it. But I had decided, like, you know what? This ain't what I really, really want to do. Especially once I had got this apartment. That was like the main reason why I was like, yo, I got to go get this money. Like, I got to move out my mama house. I can't be here no more. We was going on 4 years. And then right there at that moment, that's when God blessed me with this apartment. And then that's when I started to realize, like, I I don't want to do this. Like, I just don't like doing hair. And so I stopped being a braider and I started to create a plan for me to be able to quit working at Sport Clips, because now that I moved, like, I really had bills. Like, I had to pay rent. So it's not like I could afford to just quit that job, even though I'm living in like an apartment where, your rent is based on your income. They're not going to put you out if you're not working. But I still got other bills to take care of. I still got 3 children depending on me, and they want to do things, and like, they don't deserve to not be able to experience things, because I'm trying to figure it out. I quit being a braider. This was like the summer of 2022, and I continued to work for a hairstylist at Sport Clips. I worked there for about a year. I came up with a date, y'all. I came up with a date, and I said that in April 2023, I was going to quit doing hair. Like, done. So my plan was to take like a sabbatical when I got my tax refund. I didn't really need to invest that money into anything. At the time, I had an apartment, I had a car. I just needed to be able to maintain my bills. I knew that once I quit, I wasn't going to have to worry about rent. So that was going to make my living expense, go down. And so that was my plan, y'all. When I get my taxes, I will quit my job. I will give myself a sabbatical just to decompress, like just to deprogram from having to get up and go out and work and figure it out. Like, okay, what am I passionate about? What do I want to do? Like, what do I want to do? In the midst of doing all of this, y'all, I also dove into my solitude season. If you haven't checked out any of my videos where I talk about that, I'm going to link some in the description box, because these two things were happening simultaneously and they're very connected. But my plan was to take a sabbatical April 1st was going to be the last day that I worked as a hairstylist. And I'm proud to say that I did that, y'all. April 1st was like on a Saturday. So that was the last day of the pay period. And that was the last day that I worked as a hairstylist. Since April 1st, 2023, today is June 23rd, 2024. I have not stepped foot in a salon. Like, I haven't taken no clients on the side. I haven't stood behind a chair. And I love that for me. So I quit my job and I gave myself, with my tax refund, I was able to give myself 6 months sabbatical. So I got my refund check. I had set a budget for my money, and I did get like a couple of part-time jobs working from home as like a customer service representative, but they were very, very part-time, y'all. Like, I don't think I was working more than like 20 hours a week, like maybe 5 hours a day, a few days a week. Like, they were very, very part time. So I really like indulged in my sabbatical. I gave myself time to just relax and not have to worry. I didn't have to worry about the bills, and I didn't have to worry about just having pocket money. I gave myself some time to really just breathe and relax and figure out what's next. And during this time, remember, I'm in my solitude season. So I'm doing a lot of inner work, and that is what's helping me to figure out what do I want out of life and what are my passions that, I've forgotten about. I was blessed to be able to also have my older two children leave for the summer. They went to go stay with relatives. So I was able to like experience only having one child for the whole summer. And it, that was a gift from God, for real. With less children around, it was less distracting me from myself. And I really needed that break. I felt like at that time we all needed a break from each other. But I really needed that break. I really needed a lighter load because, yes, my sabbatical was about relaxing, but my sabbatical was also about reconnecting. So with my kids gone for the summer, I started to get more consistent with YouTube, and I took time to work on myself and really figure out what are my desires for my life. Like, if I could have it anyway, what would it look like? And that took time. The answer questions like that, you don't just sit down and answer them, quickly, especially if you've spent so much of your life not being able to do the things that you really desire to do. And I do want to say that I did figure out the answers to what I want to do. What I don't know and what I've come to realize I'm never going to really know is the how. Like, how am I going to make everything happen? I have accepted that God is in control of the how, and I just need to have faith. So I just wanted to, make that disclaimer, because if you really like quit being a hairstylist and you just release yourself of what has become your clutch, what has been what you can depend on as a means of, how you're going to provide for yourself. When you let that go, it is a little scary. It's very scary. But you have to have faith. You have to have faith in the unknown. So here I am in my sabbatical, in my solitude season, and I'm realizing that my gifts, my talents, my creativities, I've only ever explored the surface of all of these things. And it's because I've lacked the confidence to just embrace who I really am. Plus I also struggle with trusting myself, trusting my gut, my intuition, my divine source, trusting God when God speaks through me. And if I'm confident in myself, and if I can trust myself, I'll be able to fulfill my purpose in life. And so what I had to do to get there was I had to eliminate distractions. So no, I did not take a sabbatical and just go crazy. I didn't just go hang out with a whole bunch of friends and just indulge in a bunch of distractions from myself. I had to realize that even me being a hairstylist was a distraction from myself, because what I did was I created a false life. I created a false identity. I was doing what everybody else expected of me. I was doing what I could do, but it wasn't what I wanted to do. I was good at doing hair, but I didn't like it. So I wasn't being true to myself. I never felt like I was doing what I was born to do. And I want you to know that just because you have a skill in life, it doesn't mean that that's your purpose. So again, if you have been following my channel, you know why I was in my solitude season, that when I was eliminating distractions out of my life, it wasn't just, being a hairstylist. It was men, dating, sex, friends, smoking, drinking, partying, foods, TV, gossiping, drama, wasting my time, being lazy, unproductive, inconsistent, undisciplined, self-sabotaging myself. Like, I really released all of that. And it led me to remember me. It led me to remember who I am at my core. What are the hobbies that I love that I neglected over the years? What talents do I have that bring me pure joy, but I never indulge in them? What are my gifts that I utilize in secrecy? What are the books that I wanted to read, but I never made time for? What version of myself do I want to nurture? What version of myself do I want to explore? Just all the things that kept me boxed in, y'all, by my reputation, given to me by society, given to me by my environment, my friends, my family, everything and everyone around me that really ultimately held me back. All of that had to go. Like, all of it had to go, y'all. And it wasn't easy, but I did it. I really put me first. And I'm going to tell you, it's the best decision I ever made. It's the best decision I ever made. And to think so much came to fruition because of this one decision that I made, and that was to release distractions. So I really want you to consider how powerful it is to let go of things that are no longer serving you. So just to briefly recap, first I quit being a braider, then I quit dating, then I started detoxing, then I quit hanging out with people, then I went into like deep isolation. I quit social media, and then I quit being a cosmetologist. I started my sabbatical and I dove into inner work. I started being intentional and I started living in the present moment. Then I started to get clear about what I want and what desires I had that were actually mine, and what desires I was holding on to that weren't mine. And y'all, before I knew it, I was a different version of myself. So again, it's June 2024 when I'm sitting here recording this video, and I feel like I'm at the end of isolation, but I'm still in a solitude season, in the sense of I feel like I'm ready to be out in the world more, but I still want to like remain to myself. Like, I'm not ready to invite people in. Like, I still feel like there are more depths of me to explore and get to know as far as like self-discovery goes. And I just feel ready to chase the passions, because I've come very clear on what the passions are, what are the desires, what do I want my life to look like. And so I'm ready to get out of isolation and just like go for it. I want y'all to know that on that first video, I read every single comment. I hope that this video finds you as well. I wrote down some things that I want to say to the women who really relate to that first video and my experience and just being a hairstylist but hate doing hair. So women, I want you to know that if you are like me and you could relate to when I was saying how, hair was supposed to just be my plan B, but it ended up being my plan A. I want you to know that if you are sitting with that same mentality, it's never going to happen like that. Whatever your plan A is, go for your plan A and let plan B go. I feel like that mindset is what put me in the trap to where a whole decade of my life went by and I was just doing plan B. You have to take that leap, goddess. You have to take that leap. And the sooner you take it, the better. For the women who related to me having to live with my mom, with my kids, and just trying to find a way out of that situation, I am so grateful that I was able to give you hope and to let you know that you are not alone. And I want you to know that you are going to have to take a risk to start that new chapter. So don't be afraid to. To the woman who commented on my video and was like, I made this choice at 18 and it's been 20 years. And it's just crazy how society expects us to have all of the answers to life at 18. But watching my video gave you hope and made you feel like you are not alone in feeling that way. I hope you find the courage to take a risk, a calculated risk, just like I did. And I hope that you do it with faith that you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. To the women who feel like there ain't no other job out here that I could go and do and make the same amount of money in hair. Number one, I want you to let go of that limiting belief. It may not be a job out here, but there is a other way for you to make money, twice the amount of money that you make in hair. You can do it. So number one, let go of that limiting belief, because I have learned since making that first video, I have learned that ain't nothing too hard for God to do. As long as you got faith, God can make it to where whatever you are passionate about doing and whatever you feel like is your purpose and whatever you feel like will give you fulfillment in life doing, God can work it out to where you making 3 times the amount of money you was making in hair. And in the meantime, baby, you might have to take a pay cut. I took a pay cut. I took a pay cut. But what means more to you? Is it the money or is it the passion? Is it the money or is it the purposes? Is it the money or is it the fulfillment, goddess? Take that little pay cut for a little while and trust that God will provide you with everything that you need, and watch how God work and watch how quickly God work the more you have faith. I also want to say to the woman who was like, I dropped down to Great Clips, I just want to say, sis, be careful, because those franchise companies will keep you trapped. Before you know it, you'll look up and it'll be 10 years that you've been working there. It's easy to get comfortable in the franchise jobs. It's so easy to get comfortable there. Don't get comfortable. Take that risk. Plan it out. Plan it out, y'all. Plan it out how you're going to do it and take that risk. Take a page from my book. If you got children and you know you're going to get a nice little refund check, start knocking down those living expenses so you can afford to give yourself 6 months to a year off. I'm saying all of that to say that I want y'all to take away that it is possible for you to quit and pursue your passions in life. And even if it's not hair, even if you made it to this video and you're not a hairstylist, but you work in a job that you really don't like doing, like you have a career that you don't like doing, but it's paying for your lifestyle, but you secretly miserable and you want to quit, but you don't know what to do. You don't know the how. Don't be afraid to quit so you can pursue your passions and just have faith. You gotta have Kanye West faith. That's the level of faith you gotta have, that everything you need is gonna be provided as you embark on this new journey. Listen, my bills are still getting paid. I took a pay cut, but my bills are still getting paid. I haven't had my lights off. I haven't had my internet cut off. I haven't had my phone bill cut off. I'm still in the apartment and I ain't behind on my rent. I haven't been behind on my rent. It's always been food in the fridge. Like, my necessities have been taken care of. Now, has my lifestyle shifted? Yes. I ain't got my lashes done. I'm rocking my natural nails. I'm painting my own toes. Thank God I can do my own hair. And most of us, if we're a hairstylist, we can do like our maintenance on our own. But guess what? My children are not wanting for anything. Somehow, some way, I make sure they get everything that they want on top of getting what they need. I have had to learn how to live on a budget. But this lifestyle of living on a budget is worth it to me because look at everything that I told y'all I'm able to experience. I'm literally in the midst of designing the lifestyle that I truly desire. I'm watching it all unfold. And everything that has happened would have never happened if I would have stayed in that shop as a braider and if I would have kept that job at Sport Clips. And honestly, I'm really okay with the pay cut because this whole experience has made my focus not be so much on worldly things and material things. It's really shifted my focus on soulful things. My old self cared so much about having the money to be able to do those things and indulge in those things and purchase those things. The woman that I am evolving into does not put that as such a high importance in her life anymore. Baby, I'm still fine without my lashes. And guess what? My nails are the healthiest that they have ever been without that acrylic. I literally, when I grow my nails out, I be getting compliments on my cuticles, y'all. Like, who compliments your cuticles and your nail bed? I'm literally living my life as a whole meme right now. Like, I'm drinking my water and I'm eating my fruit and I'm minding my business and I'm thriving. Regardless of how somebody else might see it, like, I am thriving. I am happy. I am grateful. I'm at peace. I'm not concerned about keeping up with the Joneses right now. I'm really on a mission to fulfill my purpose in life. So I get it. 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 But trust me, you will get over the things that you have to let go of in order to evolve into her. Come on now. I know I was going to tie it back to evolving into her. So stay tuned. Make sure you locked in. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you have your notifications turned on. Stay tuned to the journey because this is the update video, but this is not the end. This is not the end of my journey of evolving into her. And I really hope that y'all enjoyed this video. I hope that it finds you just like the first video finds you. But I love y'all. I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.